We fancy the idea of a Volkswagen Beetle. Surely it has to be one of the top 3 simplest cars to restore.
Morris 1000, Mini, and then MGB, down to parts availability and usability.
For something a little bit different, everything's available, isn't it?
Even though the Matthewsons don't share our interest.
Don't like Beetles.
They don't do it for me.
It doesn't score badly.
I suppose, yeah, you're going to have to call him in the top 5, aren't you?
We'll take that. And we think we've found one that will make the restoration a bit more interesting. A rare 1976 convertible. The iconic Volkswagen Beetle was launched in 1938, and one of the many people who bought one was Wilhelm Karmann, a coach builder from Osnabrück. He promptly lopped off the roof, reinforced the sills, added a transverse strengthening beam and redesigned the doors. The interior was uprated with ashtrays, map pockets and even a fancy TELLY Funkin' radio for good measure. Volkswagen loved the Karmann convertible so much they ordered them for over 30 years. In total, 330,000 were made, but sadly the majority have rusted away.
Most of the Karmann ones were left hookers. This is certainly a left hooker, so that limits your customer base in this country tremendously. Inside's nice, door cards, seats, even down to carpets, all extremely good. And the hood is in really nice condition. But look at the paint job. Every panel on this car has got an issue, even down to the bonnet. This is one of the cars that us in the trade would have just totally and absolutely steered clear of. Everywhere, look. Crud, corrosion. Everywhere you look. It needs to be the full house, or leave it, don't do it. One or the other. And I know what'll happen. You can't resist touching them, can you? You'll do it.
We probably will. But given its condition, Derek's advice is, as always, not to overspend at the auction.
£3 grand. That's its money.
The VW Beetle, nice little thing that looks. 35's gone. 36 with Sooty, 36. 36 is with Sooty, 37 Channel Islands, 38's with Andy, 38, 39, 4-1 on my left, Andrew, 4-1.
It's fine.
Sooty, 4-2, 4-3 on my left.
Do you need to lie down?
4-3.
Yes.
Okay.
4-4 is Sooty, Channel Islands, 4-5. 4-6, across the water again, 4-7. 4-8. 4-8, 4-9. 5,000 pound, 5-1 says Andy. 5-2. 5-2, thank you for letting me know. At 5-2.
You're not supposed to be getting stressed.
5-3. 54. Channel Islands. 55. Fair warning to everybody at 55.
Ooh,
Bangers of cash take
got
55.
one.
Derek won't be happy with how much we paid, but we'll try to make up for it with the restoration. We've decided to send this one to a true old-school Beetle specialist.
They're dead easy, lawnmower.
It's a lawnmower.
It's a lawnmower engine.
But it's a 1300.
1300S,
What's the S?
Super Beetle. It's got a curved windscreen and it's got more boot space in the front.
Kel Muir's runs the classic car workshop in Croft, with help from long-suffering mechanic George.
When he first started, not a clue.
Brilliant, eh? Love Beetles, mate.
Because we've got that many, he knows them inside and out now. Everything's right, everything's in its right place. It's just the body side of it. That's all it needs. No, I didn't say it. That's all it needs. But I've got good vibes about it. That's obviously working.
Stick it in reverse as well. Look at that. She's ready for her MOT.
Beetles of this era were a bit quirky.
There we go. Still got the original way of keeping the pressure in the water bottle. Is run by the spare wheel. Pipe comes off here, runs down, comes across into your spare wheel.
So your spare wheel just invariably went flat?
Yeah, over time. Look at that.
So when it had gone flat, could you wash your windscreen?
No, no. You need to go to the garage and blow it up again. Hey, look at that, eh?
That's unreal, that, isn't it? That's brilliant. Absolutely superb.
There's also a handy theft-proof radio.
You used to put it in your little man bag and you were away. There we are.
And of course that air-cooled engine in the boot.
It looks like it's had an engine change. There's a plate being riveted on and the first few letters tells you what engine size it is.
ADR 4009.
Well, put a 1600 in.
It's all very interesting, but we can't put off looking underneath this car any longer. Head of corrosion, Will, is equipped with some high-tech prodders.
It's his Bluetooth screwdriver.
What are you expecting under there?
Probably to find some holes. It's separating with rust.
First impressions are not good.
Nasty, horrible plate put on there.
Where the rust is.
Yeah.
What? What have you found?
Massive hole up there.
Where?
A big hole.
Oh, it is that.
Sometimes rotten.
It's fine, it's fine.
Very squishy. There's a hole there.
I mean, yeah, there's a few little holes and stuff, and it does need repaint to bring it back up to scratch. Cutting out, patching up. But I honestly think it's a thing of beauty.
Let's hope he still has the same opinion when we start taking it apart. So far, he seems surprisingly happy with our choice, and not at all troubled by the steering wheel being on the wrong side.
VW people, they're not bothered. The ones I have seen that have sold over the years, they've all fetched around the 15 to 20 mark, left-hand drive. Just like that.
Mechanic Woody is helping out today.
Is it all fairly easy to take apart then? So
As long as the bolts come undone, don't need tools at all.
You don't need tools at all?
Many
Oh.
tools.
He's reassuringly methodical.
important to label things up then, Woody, is it?
Unfortunately, you never know who's putting it back together.
I can see where you come from. It might be the front. I think they go on any corner, don't they? He likes to label everything. Me, I just fling it all in the box and hope for the best.
Running board ain't great. Mounting points are a bit chewed.
Feels a bit crispy. It's fine. Baboosh.
Kel will try to restore as many of the original parts as possible, but sometimes a compromise is needed.
I'm going to put a new wing on this one because the rust is too far, I think. By the time you've stripped it and repaired it and everything, may as well just buy a new one. You can buy anything and everything for these things. This is as I expected it when I took this wing off. This is the worst one. I'm hoping.
The more bits that come off...
I think I found a Deutschmark. Come on, there we are. Oops.
The more likelihood of finding expensive problems lurking underneath.
Ooh, it's all gone orange. Yeah, definitely been wet in here. Give us a screwdriver.
No, don't give him a screwdriver.
But, oh, it's gone through.
This is by some distance the worst news of the day.
Oh well, bill's just doubled. And today we're going to strip some of the engine down, ready to clean up, and do some paint stripping on the doors, bonnet and boot.
With the invaluable help of Woody, there's already been good progress with the bodywork.
This is one of the doors that we've already stripped, and we put a bit of acid on there for the rust. But once we grind that back, that should get that rust gone. It hasn't been properly welded across there. When they overlap, the metal sweats and starts expanding with the rust.
The bonnet currently has an unpleasant orange peel appearance.
It looks like someone's lacquered it even more than what they should have. There's some sort of reaction going on with that.
A lot of the methods that you use for stripping paint create heat. It causes the metal to expand and deforms panels. The paint stripper is quite gentle on the panel and should leave it, the shape that it is.
As for the engine, it could have almost stayed in the car if it wasn't for a small but common fault on Beetles.
Well, we took it out because the crank oil seal at the back was leaking. You've got to take the clutch and flywheel off, and it's just behind here.
It's also a good opportunity to give it all a clean.
They're so simple to strip down anyway. If the body's getting an overhaul, we may as well have a matching engine. Just dressing it up, making it look better. Right, first things first, flywheel lock and key. Locks everything up so you can get that off there without it turning over.
The rubber ring that Kel's aiming for might only be a simple component, but if the leak continues, the engine could be badly damaged.
That's that off. So the oil's leaking past the oil seal here. It's been running down and dripping from the back. There we go.
New one, old one.
Bit of blue roll, clean my hands. Don't like having dirty hands. Little bugbear of man. Working in a garage and all.
Of course, this engine is a bit different to your average lump. Normally, to keep all the moving parts at optimum temperature, you'd have water circulating around the outside of the cylinders, which is then cooled by the radiator. These systems tend to be efficient but complex. With air-cooled engines like the one in the Beetle, you just have a massive fan which blows towards the hot bits. They're simple, cheap and durable, but they're noisy and emissions tend to be higher. On the outside, Woody is peeling back this car's colourful history.
Online it says the original colour was green. We've found blue, silver, red. I think it's been painted green twice. It's a bit like a gobstopper.
This level of prep will result in a solid car for the next owner, but it could reveal all sorts of additional areas that need welding.
So how long before you reckon it's good to go?
Well, I've got a piece of string around here somewhere. We can measure that.
It's not in the best of states. It's a bit of a Frankenstein, this car now.
More of those nasty overlapping panels have emerged.
The original comes down to about here, and this has been put over the top. There was then 10 millimetres of filler put on top to get the right shape. It's basically from midline on the body down, all the way around. Body filler started about here, all the way up to this section here. It's fake. It's making something look right rather than it being right.
At this point, walking away from the project doesn't seem that daft.
Yeah, if this was a horse, you'd be calling a vet to put it out of its misery. Everything can be fixed. Basically, all these bad repairs are going to have to be cut out. It's going to increase the time about another 50%.
Woody will restore as much of the bodywork as he can. But because of all the previous bodgers, he might have to order some new panels. To cheer us up though, the engine at least is now in good shape.
It should be quite simple and fast to put this back together. We've done a quick sandblast of the outer tinware and just recoated them up with some shiny paint. It just finishes it off, doesn't it? Took me a few days, but it just tidies it up and makes it look a lot better. Beautiful. I mean, obviously I've got to screw it all together now, which takes a little bit of time, but straight away, I mean, look at the transformation. It's going to look fantastic in the car, I think.
Back near Darlington, Woody has now spent a further 2 months heroically welding our Beetle.
Good example. That's all a new repair panel, and you can tell the the difference in finish.
The rear wing mounting now also has new metal.
I've taken from there all the way around to here, where all the bolts were. Basically, they rotted around, and then I've cut up into this area because that had rotted out as well. You can buy a repair panel out of a catalogue, but why spend £200 on a repair section where I'm going to use 6 inches of it?
Other areas were thoroughly checked for corrosion and just tidied up, so we don't go completely mad with the budget.
By the time it's all painted up, you're not going to see anything. And it'll be structurally sound and it'll look amazing.
It's always the customer's choice, what do they want, because a lot of cars have sentimental value, in which case they want it better than it came out the factory.
Do we make it look concourse, or do we just make it look nice?
Kel and Woody would choose the former, but on this occasion, we're going to go for the cheaper, but still perfectly sound option.
Let's go down that route.
Good plan. Woody then enters a period of non-concourse but effective patching. He bought some new floor pans, but just used sections to replace the rusty areas.
The majority of it was solid metal. It took me 2 hours rather than a day and a bit.
Woody ploughed on, but eventually we were in a position to start thinking about paint.
I always like to put them back to the original colours that they actually left the factory in. And as we've been stripping it back under the many layers of paint, we found that the original colour of this car was silver. And I do like the silver ones.
That's what we'll do then. Miraculously, it took less than 2 weeks for Kel and paint specialist Will to fill, flatten and prime the bodywork.
To make it go quicker for the timescale, we've done a side each.
The Beetle might be from 1976, but its original paint, diamond silver, was first developed in the 50s.
Because it's silver, it's got to be sprayed different to any other colour. Because if you put it on too heavy, it'll leave streaks, so it'll look blotchy, and then it'll have to be redone again. It's just because of all the metallic particles in the paint. So you've got to have your pressure right, your fan pattern right, everything.
Which of course Will did. The end result? Spectacular, and definitely better than a dodgy green. We're about to reassemble what is now our silver Beetle. Kel and Woody have spent a total of 9 weeks just on the bodywork. No, the car isn't perfect, but you'd have to be proper picky to tell the difference.
It looks great. I think even I'd be interested in this one. It looks a million, doesn't it? I mean, it didn't quite stand out in the green, but this is going to stand out in the crowd. It's a good motor.
First job, put the engine back where it belongs.
That's it. Should just fall in, just like that. Stand well back and we'll just drop it on it. How exciting's that? You're all right? You're all right. Just a little bit of wiggling and a jiggling. Yeah. Again. Yes. That's it. Shaboof.
It's just like putting a lawnmower back together.
Spurred on by that success, the next heaviest object
to you
heads for the car.
Ta-da! It's in good condition, the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Let it settle overnight, just smoothing it out.
Doesn't it look good?
Hey, it does though. Das ist fantastisch.
Retaining the sturdy German soft top and also the carpet, now cleaned, has probably saved us about £1,000.
What's that then, Woody?
This is a wing for the rear of the vehicle because it's got coloured light on it.
But there are some components that are nicked gut.
Somebody took the paint off in the past with a grinder. They're covered in big gouges.
Luckily though, we've had a recent delivery.
So for the cost of shot blasting the wheels and repainting them up the same as this, it'd probably been twice the price. They were only £425 for the full set. Watch out.
There's still a bit of fertling to do.
Running boards, windscreen, the front seats, and the bonnet.
But after 5 months in the workshop, we're nearly there.
Like the majority of the cars that come in here, by the time we strip them back, it's never good underneath that paintwork. But it's solid now. It's an absolute stunning car. The colour and everything's just perfect on it, I think. It's a good one, innit?
We think so. And a few days later, it looked even better when the interior was complete and all the chrome had been put back on. It's a thorough job without doing a complete rebuild. But how much did we spend? Including tax and commission, our Volkswagen Beetle Karmann was £5,995 to buy. Labour was £27,144 and parts and materials were £3,515, bringing the total to a hefty £36,654. And it could have been a lot worse.
It looks lovely. Yeah, it looks great. It's very pretty. I don't know whether I like Beetles, but I like that. The colour and the wheels that complement the colour and the overall presentation, which is paramount, are all really good. My immediate concern is what side the steering wheel's on. UK buyers, even cars that you can only really get in left-hand drive, they're anti-left-hand drive, But having said that, I like it. I do genuinely like it.
It's officially the car that slightly changed Dave's opinion of Beetles. Now, we just need to get some cash back on it.
Lot number 429 is the 1976 Volkswagen.
Look at it, it's gorgeous.
Beetle. We've got some bids here. £7,000, £8,000 is Emily at 8, £9,000, £10,000, 10,2 says Mark. You're back in 10,4, 10,004, 10,004, Emily at 10,4.
After the rapid opening gambits, the bids start levelling at nearly 25 grand below break even.
I hate the selling.
£13,200, straight in front, 13,4. 13,4.
Then a prolonged period of auction ping pong.
16,2 with Mark, 16,4 with M.
As the price slowly rises in £200 increments.
18,4, 18,6.
And eventually we reach the heady heights of
20, 20,200, 20,004.
And on it goes, until finally, one of the bidders gives up.
Mark's bidder there at £23,200. On sale then and going at 23,200.
Well done.
And sold. Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Oh, man, didn't you do well with that? Oh, lovely job. Super car. Look, very good. Well done. Congratulations. Done very well. I'm pleased for you.
The tenacious new owner is from Kent. Apparently they've wanted a VW Karmann Beetle forever, and we reckon ours is well worthy of fulfilling a lifelong dream.